Okay, this is the 1-2 additional practice, basic constructions. So for exercises 1 and 2, we want to use that ray with endpoint M. For number 1, we need to explain how we can use a compass to make a copy of AB. So what we want to do is to transfer the length of AB so that A matches up with point M. So we use our compass. We set the distance between the two legs of the compass to the distance from A to B, and then we transfer that measure down to M, and where we make the mark, that's the length of AB. So we could call it N. So we could say that segment AB is congruent to segment MN, or the distance from A to B is equal to the distance to M and N. Here, how can we use point Q to find R such that we make a copy of the angle? So what we're going to do is we're going to strike an arc at G that goes through both sides of the angle, and then we're going to use the same arc below where we want to transfer it to, and then we're going to use the compass to measure the distance between the two intersection points of the arc and the sides of the angle. We'll call it the width. So this is what we're going to do. So we're going to strike the arc, and then without changing the radius or the distance between the points, we're going to do the same arc down below, and the vertex needs to be at Q. So we strike the arc that way. And now we're going to measure the distance between those two intersection points and then transfer that distance down below. And actually that should have been done with Q. So up from Q, the intersection would have given a little bit of, that would have been the more accurate angle. If we did this correctly, we would say that the measure of angle G is equal to the measure of angle Q, or angle RPQ. 4, they want us to draw angle RPQ. And then we strike the arc. Measure the distance between the two. And then transfer that distance over. Oh, we're bisecting the angle. So we strike the arc, and then from each one of those intersection points, we strike an arc in the middle to make kind of like a X, and then we connect the intersection of that with the angle Q. For this one, the question is, how if it's 1/4 of the way, 1/4 the measure, then we could say the angle LMK is 1/4 the measure of LMN, and the way that we would get it would be to bisect the angle and then bisect again.